Okay, John, here we are. This is our third course in our Italian-influenced three-course dinner.
And we're going to macerate some strawberries in some liqueur and some sugar.
Lovely.
And we're going to toast some panettone.
Panettone, that thing that's probably in your cupboard right now.
That you were given for Christmas.
At the back.
Italian Christmas cake. And we're going to serve that with some sweetened mascarpone.
Oh, lovely. Sounds good. And John, tell me about this liqueur here.
This is Saint-Germain, which of course is a part of Paris, as I'm sure you know.
Oui.
But it's an elderflower liqueur. Elderflowers are only on the elder for a fraction of a time, and people go and pick the elderflowers and distill them and make this wonderful liqueur.
Okay, lovely. I look forward to trying that.
It's very, very nice indeed, Scott. I think it'll go nicely with the fruit.
Fantastic. So we've got some strawberries that are hulled and halved.
Yes, sugar.
Caster sugar, of course.
And some Saint-Germain.
Let's get to it, John.
And I think we might put some raspberry coulis, which I've made earlier, on top, or mix it in. How's that sound?
I love that where you're able to say which we made
Earlier, or in fact, which I
had nothing to do with it.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get cracking.
You can do it?
I can do it. Okay, I'll do it. And now it's time for a Two Fat Brothers bench test, brought to you by our good friends at Lounge Lager, because John, nothing puts out a fire like a loungy. Today, John, we're going to try beer, and as you know, we've been on a bit of an Italian theme, so we're going to try some Italian beers.
Terrific. I like bench tests. They're good fun.
One of the second most favourite part of the program for me, John, first being, of course, eating.
Of course.
Well, actually, no, it's pretty close. In fact, I think this might be the favourite part of the show.
Okay, so we have 3 beers in front of us.
We have 3 beers, John.
3 Italian beers?
3 Italian beers. We've got Moretti, Birra Moretti, of course owned by Heineken these days, but still known as one of the great Italian beers. We have Peroni, Nastro Azzurro, and we have Menabre, which I'm probably pronouncing incorrectly. I do apologise for our Italian viewers. It could have in fact be Menabre, or it could be Menabrea, but it's bitter nevertheless. Now, John,
Scott,
I took the liberty of looking at the back of these labels, or the back label on these beer bottles, and I discovered something which I'm not very happy about.
I know where you're going here.
Have you noticed that one of those bottles, John, still has the lid on it?
Yes.
That would be the Peroni, because, John, as you know, that particular bottle of Peroni beer, Birra Italia, is brewed
Here in Australia.
Here in Australia. Now,
why? I mean, there are all sorts of questions you can ask, aren't there? But it annoys me, Scott.
John, it annoys me, it infuriates me. I know there's nothing we can do about it, but let's rubbish it anyway.
Why not?
John, I'm really disappointed because this beer costs $3.99 a bottle. This Moretti
From Italy
costs $2.09 a bottle, and this Menabre cost $4.09. Admittedly, it's an expensive beer, and we hope that it stands up as far as its flavour profile is concerned. But this beer, brewed here in Australia, it's essentially Australian beer. Don't be fooled by the label. It is Australian beer brewed in Australia using Australian water. There's not imported water. There's nothing Italian about this beer. Maybe some base ingredients in it are Italian, and it is brewed under supervision, but it retails at imported beer price, which I think is unforgivable.
And you know what else annoys me, Scott? You could go out somewhere to eat, to a restaurant, and feel like a beer beforehand and see on
Often
the beer,
do, John. Often do.
And see on the beer list, you know, Nastro Azzurro, for example, and you think, oh, and it's under a section that says imported beer.
Absolutely.
So, and it's Australian. So, for a start, we're being a bit misleading.
We are being misled completely, and I know that you and I both feel quite strongly about this. And look, I understand that breweries do this. They do brew under license. Heavens, Foster's has been brewed overseas for years, but that's fine. I mean, I don't know anyone who drinks Foster's.
I don't either. That's the big joke, isn't it? Australians don't know anyone who drinks Foster's.
No, and they can brew it wherever they can brew it on the moon for all I care. But as far as Peroni, John, on principle, I'm not going to post that beer.
How about we take that out of the equation?
Let's take that out of the equation because it's not an Italian beer.
No. So we've got we're down to two.
We're down to two Italian beers, which is okay because we like to do things responsibly here on Two Fat Brothers.
We do.
So John, I'm going to pour, in fact if you could please pour 2 of the Moretti.
Right.
And I'm going to pour 2 of the Manabre, and I do apologise if I am pronouncing this incorrectly, I'm almost certain I am.
I'd put London to a brick you are, but still.
Thank you, John. I think I've got the Bira pronounced correctly.
You're in there.
Oh, John, actually, could you just bring that Peroni, please, back into shot, and I will explain. I do apologise for that. If you bring it the Peroni, not the Moretti, the Peroni.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. There was a bit of a trick there, a trick question. You can actually get the imported Peroni in Australia. In large writing, it has Nastro Azzurro, and when you see it with Peroni in large writing, you know that it's brewed here in Australia. I do buy from the large retail chain that we both shop at from time to time Italian Peroni, Nastro Azzurro. I won't buy that. Well, I did buy that, but you bought that.
I bought that purely for the purposes of research, Scott.
For the purposes of research.
And the Two Fat Brothers bench test.
And the Two Fat Brothers bench test. So, John, let's line them up.
Okay, so that's our Moretti. They're Morettis. They're 2 Morettis.
They're 2 Morettis. That is your Manabre.
Right. Manabre on the left. Manabre on the left.
Correct.
Now, which way would you go?
Well, now the Bira Moretti is a lager.
Yep.
So I would start with a lager. The Manabre Bira is beer. It actually doesn't say what style it is. It could, in fact, be anything. But let's try it. So I'd say we would start with the Bira Moretti first.
Right.
I think this is more the commercial style.
Cheers.
A salute, as we say in Bella Italia.
Pleasant, inoffensive lager, Scott.
Absolutely, John, but
Nice mouthfeel, I have to say.
nice mouthfeel, but nothing jumping out of the glass that really grabs me and excites me.
Very little hop presence.
Very little hop presence. Okay, this brewery is owned by Heineken now. I don't even see anything remotely Heineken-like in that beer at all.
No, no.
In fact, if I was to be quite honest, brutally honest, I'd say that was dull and lifeless.
I'd agree with you.
Okay. Sorry, Moretti, but... a little bit more hoppiness to it. But again, John, to be quite honest, brutally honest, at $4 a bottle, it doesn't do anything for me.
No, Scott, doesn't do anything for me either.
So, Two Fat Brothers bench tests are all about honesty, and they're not about, no one pays us to do this, no one even gives us free booze.
Apart from Lounge Lager.
Apart from the folks at Lounge Lager. Nothing puts out a fire like a Lounge.
I think I've got us out of that one.
Thank you very much to the folks at Lawn Brewery. Thank you very much.
Anyway.
John.
I'm nonplussed.
I'm nonplussed. Both of these 2 beers I don't rate, and I won't be buying them again.
Neither will I. Thank you very much.
And your Two Fat Brothers bench test was brought to you by Lounge Lager. Because, John, nothing puts out a fire like a loungy. They wouldn't put out a fire.
No.
Let's start one.
Well, here we are. Time for the 3rd course of our Italian-inspired meal. Hope you enjoyed. Did you enjoy the quail?
I love the quail, John. It was delicious. It was it was tender. It was juicy. It was nice and pink. It was beautiful. It was lovely.
I have to say we had a nice Australian Barossa Shiraz 2006 with it, and it went extremely well.
Extremely well.
To the 3rd course, toasted panettone with macerated strawberries and a mascarpone, a sweetened mascarpone. So mascarpone making its 2nd appearance in the meal, Scott.
Incredible. This one's sweetened, of course, with icing sugar, John.
Yes, it gives a less granular texture to the mascarpone, I think. I mean,
it does.
Sugar by all means, But if you've got icing sugar now, pure icing sugar, you don't want it with corn flour, just that's a mixture. You want pure icing sugar, just a bit of a sprinkle really, and then stir to taste.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so we have our panettone. I bought that today, as opposed to those who have them in their pantries from last Christmas.
I think I might have one in my pantry actually.
Would you like to slice it?
I would, and of course we have our strawberries that have been macerating here in the
Saint-Germain.
and I can tell you now the smell is just divine. It is absolutely delicious.
It really is, and Scott, it goes to show that you can macerate berries in just about any liqueur that you have. I mean, they've got to be sympathetic, but I think a smell will tell you. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
You know what a strawberry smells like. So have a smell of the liqueur, maybe even a taste, and think, will that go with it? And this Saint-Germain, the elderflower, strawberries and elderflowers, I think it's a lovely mixture.
It's a new marriage for me, made in heaven, John. I can tell you.
Well, let's continue the marriage. We're going to char grill on the stove the panettone slices.
That's right.
So shall we get going?
We shall.
We've done one slice of panettone. There it is. It looks nice grill mark. You play a jolly good game of noughts and crosses on that.
So John, here we are at the end of our Italian-inspired three-course meal.
And it's been great, hasn't it?
It's been a lot of fun. This is our toasted char-grilled panettone, char-grilled on the stove, which we are going to add some macerated strawberries and of course our sweetened mascarpone.
Let's go, Scott.
Let's go, absolutely, John. I'm really looking forward to this. These strawberries smell absolutely divine. We're going to pop these on top.
Lovely.
Of the
Panettone.
toasted panettone. This is so easy to do, it really is. I mean, and while the strawberries are of course macerating, you could be doing something else in the kitchen, so it's
Good indeed.
very, very easy to do. I'm just going to top this again with this lovely sweetened mascarpone.
Looks beautiful, Scott.
Oof, I'm really looking forward to this.
It looks
Those
lovely.
strawberries smell absolutely fantastic.
They do.
And we're going to of course top this with a little bit of your raspberry coulis,
Yes.
which you made earlier.
I do, in fact. I've got it right here.
Lovely, John. I'm looking forward to that. And if I may be so bold, John, if we
I have a
could
feeling we're talking wine here, Scott.
we're talking wine here, John. If we could perhaps accompany this lovely dessert with some, is it, do you have asti?
No, I have a sweet Italian spumante,
See?
riccadonna,
Riccadonna.
to go with our Italian-inspired dessert.
Lovely. I'm looking forward to that. And I love it when a plan comes together,
I
John.
do too, Scott. And I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to more
Yes?
the next time we meet.
Here
on
Two Fat Brothers.
Well,
Indeed. Indeed.
I'm going to tipping mine.
Oh, I don't know.
See, I did.
No, we didn't.
No, I didn't.
No. No, I didn't. I knew you wouldn't. That was all. That was a big setup.
Awesome.
I'm going to keep that in.
Thank
You'll
you.
want me to cut it. I'm going to keep it in. No, we're going to keep it in.